Hey guys, it's me, Wendy. I'm back with my crackly voice, and I wanted to do a quick video because I have been working on some things in my personal life and not a lot of arting of recent days, but think I finally decided what I want to do, and it's going to be just a little bit different. I'm going to have a series called Use It or Lose It, and it's just going to use whatever I have in my art supplies without having to buy new. I'm on a very strict budget at this moment, so I thought once a month I can, buy something new that didn't cost me an arm and leg. So I'm just going to show you ways that you can use what you have to create beautiful art. And whatever matter, whether it's an art journal, art cards, card making, mixed media, I'm just going to use everything. I'm no longer a Stamp It Up demonstrator, and I just was not able to keep up with the minimum purchase requirement. And it was hard for me to just stay and do things with Stamp It Up. A lot of my art supplies have been lonely and they have been calling me to use them. So I thought, well, I will use whatever I can that I have, mix and match, and see what I can come up with. I've just been experimenting and playing, nothing really concrete that I've been working on. I completely missed Halloween, but I did manage to get a few things done. And this was the Tim Holtz spiderweb stencil, which I love. And I used the white Diane Reveille paint, and that's probably the newest thing that I have. I did take an all-day workshop with Diane, was it last month or the month before? And if you haven't taken a class from Diane Reveille, oh, it's got to be on your to-do list. She is just one of the funnest people I have ever met. And so I just took whatever cheap cardstock I had, used the round tool, and just used some of Diane's paint. And that's not really finished. I was just playing. I did do this Halloween, and I embossed with a stencil. And I have some hints to help you make it work if you haven't already done it, because I did end up ruining this stencil a bit. And so I want to be able to show you how to emboss a stencil without ruining it. And a lot of Stamp It Up products, last year's Halloween framelits and stamps, and the Halloween doily. And I was using the Tim Holtz Distress inks for the coloring. And then I have a color blocking fall card, and this technique right here with the different pieces of cardstock was from Jennifer McGuire, and I imagine a lot of people are following her, and she's got some really awesome ideas. And so I just took some scrap cardstock that I had and did a color blocking, and I would choose different colors next time. I was trying to stay within the fall colors, and it wasn't exactly my favorite fall colors. I was trying to go a little out of my comfort zone, and I think the black has made it a little darker than I wanted, but it was just an experiment. So I have that. And then this fall card, and the inks I used were from my Close to My Heart ink pads, and I love to use their ink pads for fall cards. I haven't used those stamp pads in probably a couple of years, so they were calling out to me. The stamp set was a Stamp It Up from last year that was retired, so I was making my own background paper, and I just love that technique, just to make your own background paper. And a little different take on it with the smaller stamp set, still with the Close to My Heart. And I believe the cardstock is from Close to My Heart, and then the ribbon from Stamp It Up, and the ribbon burlap, which I think the larger one was retired last year, and I still am using it, so I love this burlap ribbon. And then this was my last experiment using the stencil as an embossing tool, and I will be bringing you a video on how to do that, because each what is it called? Big Shot is different. So I will give you the formula that I used, and it really just takes a little experimentation, and maybe a stencil that you have that you don't mind experimenting on, because as I said, that this stencil that I used, the triangular one, was a Diane Reevely, and it did get a little damaged because I was just practicing. So I will bring you a video on that. And I love Tim Holtz Distress Inks, and this was on watercolor, I think cardstock or paper, and I really got a good blending of the colors and loved how this turned out, and would love to make that into a card. And since I haven't made a video in a long time, I'm not sure which way is up and which way is down, so I apologize if these are coming up upside down for you. And then here was the last Halloween where I was experimenting with the different cardstocks and paper. And this one is a Recollections, and it's very thin and it warped, and it did not do a great blending. The embossing is very, you get a nice embossed outcome on this cardstock because it is thin, but it did not blend the colors like I wanted them. And then this was watercolor paper, and there is embossed, but it is a little bit less noticeable because it is a thicker cardstock. And then I did some water splattering. And then the third one in my experiment was mixed media paper, and the shim that I used really worked well. The embossing shows up better because this paper also took the Distress inks very well. It's a less noticeable emboss than the watercolor paper, but I loved how this one blended out. And so I was making one of my 4x4 art cards using a Stamp It Up Witch from last year, and then some Diane Reevely sentiments. So that's, I was not able to finish that. So anyway, I'm back, and I hope you will join me. Subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up if you found this fun and exciting. I will be bringing a series called Use It or Lose It, and that's going to be with the idea that you don't need to buy new things to make art. You can use what you have. And I'm also contemplating a series on Wednesday, either Wacky Wednesday with Wendy, because we all know that I can get a little wacky at times, or what will Wendy make on Wednesday? So with those two thoughts, either what will Wendy make or Wacky Wednesday with Wendy, which do you like the best? If you want to leave me your comments below, I would love to hear what you think, and I would love to have you join me in my new series. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so you can get all the videos and things that I'm doing, and thanks for watching, and I will catch you later. Bye guys, have a great day.